3 weeks down, 3 weeks to go. We're at the halftime break of the federal election campaign. Thanks for joining me. I'm Chris Kenny. Look, they've hardly really got started, have they? It's all to play for from here on in. I feel like a footy coach. Anthony Albanese has not been on top. He's not been hurting the government or setting the agenda for a single day in this campaign, let alone a full week. His past week, the last 7 days, probably been his best because he was locked up at home in isolation, and he used it to hide rather to take the opportunity for endless interviews or even a virtual press conference or virtual debate or the like. It's extraordinary, really, that he chose to hide like that, Joe Biden-like, in his metaphorical basement. He wasn't crook, we know that. He told us that, we saw that. Although today he said he had a couple of rotten days. Well, I don't know, I'm the same age as Albo. I had a couple of days and then I hosted my show from home at isolation. Otherwise I would have gone stark raving mad. Albo did one tough interview though while he was in isolation. That was with Ray Hadley. The rest was pretty easy and few and far between. We kept asking for an interview, of course, as did many others, but they didn't eventuate. So it was clearly Labor's choice to hide their leader, an extraordinary thing in a presidential style contest, to hide your leader. It says a lot, doesn't it? But today, of course, all that changed.
Yeah, yeah, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom. You got to give what you take.
Yeah, if you just tuned in, it's not Countdown. You're still watching the Kenny Report. But freedom, so you would have thought, would have changed everything for Anthony Albanese today. But at the Labor Party's main press conference this morning, just up the road from his neck of the woods, Albanese was nowhere to be seen.
Anthony Albanese is returning to the fray today, and we're very pleased that our captain will be back on the field with us. And consistent with doctor's orders, he is coming back, making sure that he can do enough on the first day back.
This is pretty amazing stuff, especially when you consider one of the main Labor lines against Scott Morrison that Labor's been running. One that, in an amazing display of chutzpah, Christina Keneally even wheeled out today.
Families here in Reid and right around Australia know that Mr Morrison always goes missing. He went missing with the bushfires, went missing with the floods, went missing with the vaccines, and went missing when the Solomon Islands were looking to sign a deal with China. Now he's gone missing with this cost of living crisis.
So with everyone talking about Albo going missing, before he boarded the plane for Perth, the Labor leader did a mini press conference.
Can I also just take the opportunity to give a big shout out to the workers at New South Wales Health. They have been magnificent. The support that they've given to me and to others who've suffered from COVID over the last 2 and a bit years, they're working under incredible pressure. And I just say a big thank you to them.
Well, thanks to everyone always, of course, but why in this instance? Why is Anthony Albanese thanking them for their help with his isolation? I mean, I've done it. We've all done it. Most of us have done it. You test positive, you isolate at home, you get a text message, you take Panadol if you have a fever. How did medical teams have anything to do with this? Or did Anthony Albanese get some special treatment? I don't know. We've asked his office. They haven't got back to us. Anyway, here's his own assessment of how the campaign unfolded during his isolation.
What it's shown is the strength of Labor's team. I have a magnificent team that I lead. We're ready for government.
Yeah, well, so they say. That line actually brings back memories of this post from Chris Bowen during the last campaign with this presumptuous photo and the simple line, "We are ready." Well, I guess they're still ready, just with a different leader. The amazing thing about the Labor campaign is that they've had so little to say. It's like they expect to sail into government on the back of the difficulties of the pandemic and a Prime Minister they portray as toxic. They might find that voters expect more, even if they're not enamoured with the government, and many voters, as we know, are certainly not enamoured with the government. Even then, though, Labor might find that voters want them to make out a case for change. That's got to be the big challenge for Anthony Albanese come his official campaign launch in Perth on Sunday.